This is HaYom Yom. These are sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. Many Hasidim consider that the day that they arrived in Lubavitch to be their birthday. My teacher, Reb Shmuel Betzalel, this is the previous Rebbe speaking. He arrived in Lubavitch the first time on Thursday evening, Parshas Mishpatim, etc. Every year after that, he stayed awake. We're talking about Lubavitch in where was it in there? In White Russia, wherever Lubavitch is. In Lubavitch or in Ukraine. Every year after that, he would stay awake all that night, and he would take pains to put on his tefillin exactly the time when you entered the Tzemach Tzedek, the Rebbe's room for the first time. It was like he became a new person. And I can attest that that's true. That's really true. You go into the Rebbe and suddenly you feel that, I didn't really understand what a human being is and what I'm doing here and what is possible for me to do. What's sort of, real or not real. Like the Jews being in Egypt, they thought that they were slaves. That was and they just felt good if they came home and they weren't beaten too much that day. And that was their whole life. They didn't dream that there was anything outside of that. The same thing, you go in to see the Rebbe, is the first time suddenly you realize, wow, I didn't realize that life was so good and that life was so, how do you say, unlimited. How do they say the sky is the limit? Okay, that the first time he wanted to see the Tzemach Tzedek, that was like his birthday. Always tried to be remembering that day. Okay, that's today's. Let's do tomorrow's. Tomorrow's. Is written Yotze Adam Lapoalo, the Avarse Ade Orev. It's a sentence in Psalms. A man goes out to his work and he works until the evening. Sentence, right? Where is it? Let's see, where it is. Number one. Psalms, it's sentence 104. We say that today at Borch Nafshi, in the Rosh Chodesh. We say in the Chodesh. Okay, ready? Here we go. A man goes out to work and he works until evening. Simple sentence, right? King David is praising God for making a world where people work and God provides food for all the animals, provides for the fish, for the birds, for the dish, and God, amazing things about nature that God makes, and man works until evening. Good. Says the Rebbe, there's a little bit deeper meaning. Every soul comes into this physical world for work. And the work that we have to do is general and individual. That's what it means. Man goes out to work. The soul goes out from its place in the bank of souls in the highest heavens, the soul. And it comes down from level to level until it comes down and it's put into a body and into your natural soul and the animal soul, the intellectual soul, the animal soul. The purpose of coming down is work. You have to do work. What's the work? That spiritual should dominate over the physical. Spiritual should dominate over the physical. In other words, your conscience should conquer your desires, your urges. Your urges. In other words, the spiritual should be over and to illuminate the world. In our case, we're talking about the light of the Torah. Your conscience should be telling you what the Torah says. That's what should direct your life, is the light of the Torah and the candle of the commandments. And a man should go out, it says, to his labor. Each and every person has a special mission, for his soul is a unique avoda in intellect and emotions according to that character. Right? Some people, the whole purpose of being in the world is just to overcome their anger, to overcome depression, to overcome laziness. That's the whole thing that they're in the world for, to overcome this, an impossible task for people that keeps them, making reincarnations, who knows, whatever, trapped in their own personalities, their own negative, ridiculous, mistaken conception of what the world is, perception of what the world is. To go out of this, if a person does that, it's an amazing thing. Everybody has a different job. Go out until evening, while there's still time. What does it mean, evening? Before you die, while there's still time, like it says today, to do the commandments. On a more profound level, the verse can be explained like this. It's talking about the going up of the soul, achieved by what you did in the world. Man goes out when the soul comes up, after a person dies, he goes out from the material world in the body, then he goes to his work in the world to come. The work that a person does in the world to come, especially in the raising of the dead, right? Raising of the dead, this will also, there'll be work, and this will be commensurate. This will be according to what he did in this world. If a person learned Torah regularly, therefore in the world to come, the soul will also go into the tents of Torah. That's mainly also referring to heaven going on. And if a person did properly, then the ascent goes on even until higher and higher, until he gets the ultimate pleasure. Ein Sof may be blessed. So it says in another way, it goes like this: a person works in this world and he gets reward for what he did according to what he did in this world. That's the reward you get in heaven. And the soul continues to elevate and elevate until it gets to until the Erev means pleasure. Erev also means to be evening, but it also means Erev means to be pleasure. To the ultimate level of arivut, of pleasure and sweetness, the essence of Ein Sof, and that will be revealed in the raising of the dead. And now I'll tell you a story. 1 second. That's the story I wanted to tell. 1 second. Stop the share. There we go.